pop up a quick poll. Oops, excuse me. If anybody is in right now, I see there's 3 of you. You'll have to give me just a second while you look at my big stupid face while I type up a poll here. There we go. Sergeant Grass, Turner, Tom, how you guys doing? LJ, what's going on, buddy? Crappy man on first. Turner, were you on last night? I didn't see you on last night. But then again, I forgot that I was on. So I didn't see you on the Elegant Woodcraft account. I'm sorry. I was on that account and I went and looked through the lives and I didn't see anybody on. And I'm sorry. I was all bored last night trying to find something to do. I did go and hang out with, who did I hang out with? I hung out with Vineyard with Brian for a bit. That was kind of cool. Hassan, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Oh, you were only up for an hour. Oh, okay. All right. God dang it, man. You got to let me know. You got to let me know. I don't know these things. Also, I'm a little annoyed I didn't get a pop-up from you. I did get a pop-up from Bearded Viking. I actually, last night, I won one of his super gorgeous boxes. And then I was thinking about it. You know, it's just going to sit in a corner somewhere. So there was a lady in the chat. I can't remember her full name, but part of her name is Sassy. She's one of the moderators over there, I believe. So I let her have it. Super gorgeous box. If you guys, I don't know if he posts his lives or not, but if you look at the box, well, it's on his posts, like on his feed or whatever, where you type things. Yeah, that box is gorgeous. But you know, yeah, it was definitely a nice box. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll win another one later on. Who knows? But yeah, I was super excited. It landed, a little wheel landed on me. The one time that I put my own name into the thing, because usually I'll drop a few bucks and have Viking pick just a couple of random people, and I don't even drop my name in there. But the one time I dropped my name in there, I actually won something. It was super awesome. Hey, SMWC, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so what we need to do today, and I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great today. What we need to do today is we need to mill up black walnut. We're going to get that chopped up so that we can get our little dados, this little thing going. Obviously better than that because that's super sloppy and stupid. We're going to go much more like so. But a little tighter because that's still a little floppy. That is our goal today. Hopefully we can get it happening. Make some dino nuggets? Nice. Nice. I had dino nuggets the other night. Fucking delicious. Just straight amazement. That's right, it is Thursday. I'm gonna have 2 days of no turner. I'll hang out with you guys for a little longer tonight. I'll still stop working at 8-ish, but then we'll just hang out and chat for a little while. Got some new goodies today. Sweet. Alright, so here's the thing. Did I set this to all messages? Yes, I did. Here's the thing. 22% of you guys, out of 9 votes, I don't know how many that is because math, have said you craft in other ways. I want to know how. Tell us how. Tell us how you craft. Let's start a chat. Right? You guys can talk amongst yourselves while I'm working here. I don't mind. I'll interact with you as I see it. Wouldn't the router be more accurate? Yes, it would. And I'm really thinking that that's probably the way we're going to go. Because the table saw, it takes far too long to set up. And the router table, I can set it up once and be done with it. Do everything just super quick. So that's the route we're going to take today. Hey, Wesley, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Happy man, Jay, make things a fish bite. I mean, fish bite. What is that? I heard that it was in a movie. Was it that clownfish movie? With the fish that forgets everything? Fuck's sake, maybe I'm that fish. Nemo. Yeah, it touches the boat. Yeah, alright. Almost that fish. Whatever that blue fish is that forgets everything. Dory. I remember Dory. Yeah. I am Dory. Yes. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to cut these off, right, and start with 4 new fresh edges, and then we're gonna set up the router, and we're going to get the big side done first, and then once I have that set, we'll run everything. I'm gonna assume this may be a bad idea. But I'm going to assume, because I want the big side flat, right, like so, that if I can get it so that it sits like this and is all nice and flat, that will be good. Because then we'll flip it around and it'll sit like that. Because I think what we're going to do is, no, I want the little side out. Okay, so yeah, the big side has to go in. Or big side has to come out. All right. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yeah, I want the big side out. I want the kind of smaller side with the arrow, right? Yeah, the side with the arrow I want facing in. So we are going to cut that bit first. We're gonna cut this side. Make sure they're all gonna be good. You know, I'll take them and I'll butt them up here. If I can get it nice and flush there, where those two pieces meet, then I should, in theory, be good. And then we'll work on this little short shoulder here. Hi, Richard. How you doing? Little weird, but all right. Wesley, we are building a rocking bassinet. We have the end panels there. We've got the maple panels. We've got, or the black walnut panels. We've got the maple styles, the cherry rails, and then these blanks are the uprights and the feet. And that's what we're working on. All right, so I'm going to get the router out. Thought I had a drink. That's not. I'm going to get the router out, and we're going to start that again. And then hopefully this process won't take that long. Right? Hopefully it'll be super quick. Hopefully. It may or may not. But what I need to do before that is I need to cut off the messed up bits, or the stuff from last night on that scrap piece of walnut, so we can start with fresh edges, and we'll have 4 fresh edges that we can work with. Based on our prior polls, I am not going to mute the stream. I'm going to turn it so you guys can see me. I mean, that's a thing. What's with the R paneling? You're growing wheat? No. R panel? What the hell are you talking about? Are you talking about this? This is my shop, man. Growing weed. What's the matter with you? Do you see a single fucking plant in here? Anywhere? Is there one plant in this building? Anywhere? Nowhere. Hey Brian, how you doing, bud? Thanks for popping in, man. No, I enjoyed your live. It was good. It was good. I'm gonna have to make sure that I remember to pop in every Wednesday at least. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked chatting with everybody in there. It was a good time. Alright, bear with me a minute. I'm going to cut these sides off here so we can start with this fresh piece for the router. Alright. There's that. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, bud. I appreciate it. All right, we got that squared away. Back to fresh edges, so we can get that taken care of. Whoop. Fucking weirdos, man. It's a Thursday. What the hell is wrong with people? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't much care about views. So it's at moderator's discretion if people stay in the chat or not. I don't mind a little trolling. I'd like to keep it respectful, though. Right? We do have kids that pop in and out of here from time to time. Try not to be a complete tool bag. Yeah, Vineyard. That was good. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of good conversation going on. The panel thing was kind of cool. I've never really watched many of those. I think I've only watched one or two in that kind of format. So it was really cool. It was definitely nice. Enjoyed getting to, listen to people talk, explain their things that they do. That was super cool. I liked it. Alright, for now, we're going to put this back here. Also, we are almost at 400 subscribers. Alright, that is super cool. Thank you guys for that. That is awesome. At least I think it said 400, or just shy of 400. I might be wrong. I don't know. I thought that's what it said. Just look forward to doing some working. Super respectful there. Yeah, different kind of live. I don't know. Those people seemed really. They were very business oriented. Hey, Runic, how you doing, bud? Thanks for popping in, man. Hey, thanks, LJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, I never thought I'd get 400 people to subscribe to my weirdo channel. Watching me make mistakes day in and day out. That's really cool. Runic, what do you got coming up? I know you got something coming up. I imagine it's going to be something that is not painting because cold. But I'm surprised you got 44. You know what, Grass? I'm super surprised you got 44. Takes a weirdo to watch a weirdo. I mean, we watch you too, so. Oh man, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get this set up so that we can. So the table saw is just going to take way too long. The router is going to be super efficient. And because of how we're routed, I can actually hook up the little shop vac thing that I've got. Got the legs glued up today for the table. Awesome. Awesome. Hell yeah, that's great. Milling down some 2x4s for the islands. Hell yeah. Or 2x, sorry. Hell yeah. Grass. I think you're the universally accepted jackass Eskimo. You've proven yourself. You're allowed to be a little eccentric. Alright. I gotta clamp this back down because, reasons. I don't want it to walk off the little table I got going on here. I am going to be upgrading this router table here hopefully relatively soon. Well, I like the keeping it Giacomo. I like the idea. You know, this is cheap, relatively cheap, and it's easily accessible by anybody. Um, we're rapidly approaching a point where it just needs something that's easier to control. Hell yeah, that's awesome, Steve. That's awesome. Glad to hear that, man. I'm super excited for you. Then you said that was a woodpecker's router table? Ugh. Oh. Glue everywhere. Man, I really need to. Woodpeckers? Yeah, that's a really nice router table. Yeah, I've seen them. They're super nice. I mean, that red color does come with a premium price tag, but you're buying it secondhand. It doesn't get much better than that. You're getting good quality because Woodpeckers is an excellent brand, and you're getting it at a good price, I would assume. We're painting again this week, live without a net. I'm going to try and paint a stained glass on a skate deck. Oh, sweet. Awesome. You got the same router table years ago? We're not used that much at all. To be honest, I love this table. It's the fence that bothers me, right? Because it's just the little toggle bolts, right? So you got 3 of them to screw and loosen and then adjust. And that's the only thing that really bothers me about it. And I have it. There's a lip on the edge of my insert. There's a lip where it hits the table. So depending on what I'm doing, I can come into it and drive down into that and then get stuck and have to lift it up a little bit. Or, it's good for its intended use. But, it's not, I don't know. I want something with better adjustability, if that makes sense. Now, everything that I do in the shop pays for it, right? I'm not putting any money into it at all. This is all funded by the business, right? So this is easily done by anybody who's, if you're making, I don't know, whatever your market is. If your market's planter boxes or cutting boards or whatever, this is easily some stuff that people can work into. You know what I mean? And I'm probably going to go secondhand with a router table, or I'm going to build one. They do make kits where you can get all the hardware. You just have to build the box, essentially. So I'm going to look on my my marketplace market and see how that works out. I may or may not be able to find a good quality one. But the fence is really my biggest complaint about this table. Other than that, excellent table. It does the job. All right. I don't know what 12% of 17 is, but that is the amount of people that craft in other ways and haven't told us, except for Turner. And he makes things that fish bite. Oh, I got to turn this. Got my cord all twisted up. There we go. So, oh shit, my chat was frozen. Hey Hinton, how you doing, bud? Thanks for popping in. We designed inserts that fit in there, so there's no dip. Oh, see, Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I could probably cut some on the laser. I didn't even think about that. Man, fence always comes. Yeah, I crank these things down so freaking much, and then I'm constantly rechecking them. Oh, it comes with a Bosch router? That's nice. YOLO, I'd use a net. Hi, Randy. How you doing? You work with the wood, but you craft it in other ways as well, so you're torn on which to choose? Hey, send me an email, I'll send you the file, 3 different sizes. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. The Jessam router inserts, but damn, they're proud of that thing. Yeah. Yeah, the Jessam routers, I mean, they're they're good. Yeah, I agree, Brian. Them brackets that hold this thing down, they seem to be an afterthought. They're like, ah, shit, we got to put something in here. 1/8 inch material? Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I've got 1/8 inch material laying around here. Can you work out a pickle? Come on, Richard. Why you got to be a dick? All right. So, oh gosh, boy, I really cranked those down. So we are going to attempt to make this work. Try again tomorrow, Richard. With their miter slide for the table saw, and you love it. I've been trying to get the Harbor Freight one, the one they just came out with not terribly long ago, I think, for my table saw, and every time I find it, every time I go to there, it's out of stock. Like such such a disappointment. All right, so we're gonna try to do this. You look, so the arrow faces one side, right? So that way, I know, I think it's this side is a little heavier than this side, but that's okay. We're just going to work. We're going to make this first cut the thicker side, because that's the side. No, yeah, we're gonna make this first cut the. No, we're gonna make this first cut the thinner side. I'm sorry. That's the side that's going to be flush. That's going to be the inside. So we want that flush, and we're going to have a much smaller edge to do on the black walnut for the thicker side. And it's going to give us a little more reveal, I guess. A little under the weather, don't feel like playing with trolls. Right? It's Thursday. Why? Why? It takes all kinds, I guess. That's the wonders of the internet. It's a cross between the Jessam and the Harvey. I haven't seen one bad review of it, which is absolutely surprising. And I think the complaints that people have are stupid stuff. Like, well, this piece is made out of plastic, and this is, if it was metal, it would be better. Or I had to put it together. I couldn't just pull it out of a box and it was perfect. Like I had to square it up, like the stupid stuff that doesn't ultimately matter. But I mean, if that's all that people have to dig on it, I mean it's got to be worth a checkout at least. So I'm just trying to eyeball this so I can try to get it almost there. And I gotta try to make my. Actually, if I set this to 0, I wonder if that would do me. Nope, I gotta come back just a wee bit. a nudge more. Let's see how this works. That might get us really close. We're going to run a test pass and see how right? That's what I'm saying, Brunick. Like, if you want a higher quality miter, what the hell is it even called? Miter bar? I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember what the hell the damn tool's called. But if you want a higher quality one, then go pay for a higher quality one. You're getting one for like $45. Like there's gonna be a few concessions that you have to make. It's not that big of a deal. So featherboard. My featherboards for this, they don't go forward far enough, and I never got around to either making any or buying bigger ones. It's on my list of things actually on Amazon. They have this one that looks kind of like a big snail shell, right? And I really like that design, and I just keep forgetting to click the add to cart button. So we're going to just manhandle this and hope. But I think that's going to get us pretty close. So I'm going to hook up the shop vac, because now I can hook it up here instead of just zip tying it down underneath, because I can't find that stupid insert. And this way, because the cutting is going to be on that side, so hopefully it'll be able to suck the stuff out, the sawdust out. Because having the shop vac running yesterday, zip tied underneath the table, did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And pull that out, stick this one on. Now once my weather quits being so damn temperamental, I will be sticking in I'll be doing a lot of stuff, to be honest, but I will be getting my dust collection set up, which, I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to that. Hey, Runick, thanks for popping in, man. Have a great one. Yeah, LJ, I agree. A router is probably the scariest tool in my shop. I mean, you've got the jointer, and it's right up there. Because once you make a mistake, you don't know it until you look like that, right? Because it can go that fast. A stationary router, a router table, I'm much more comfortable with than a handheld router. Or if I don't have a fence. If I don't have a fence up and I'm doing just open work, that makes me really nervous, because that's when they tend to get away from me. All the router mistakes that I've made have been on an open table with no fence. And I usually don't put the pin in that I'm supposed to put in. Because everyone knows you should have a pin. You got to have something to brace yourself against. So the issues that I have are 100% my fault. But we are going to attempt to pass on this and see how this fits with our sample piece here, and see what adjustments we need to make. If it comes out great, we'll make the same pass on all of our black walnut, and then we will readjust for the thinner side. Hey Matthew, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in, man. We're going to be making some noise, so we're not going to worry about the depth yet. We can adjust that later. Right now, we're just worried about the thickness. So, in fact, this is a 1/4 inch because I never put it down. So it should be perfect depth. In theory. I mean, I'd want it to be a little shorter. I'd probably do that, to be honest. That's not a bad idea. We'll just knock that out right away. Come on, why are you stuck? Of course, you drop down super far. We're going to go with right about there. That should give me a nice tight joint and a little bit of wiggle room. We're looking like maybe 1/8 of an inch shy of a 1/4. So we'll see how that works out. All right, I'm gonna make some noise here, and giggity, yeah. I'll make some noise here, so headphone users beware. Shop vac wasn't even on all day yesterday. I didn't turn the switch on, I'm sorry. That explains why the shop vac did fuck all day yesterday. Not one speck of maple was in that bucket. Now we know why. This turned it on, but you had to turn the switch on the shop vac. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. So we're going on the skinny side, and we will be a little too... Oh, you know what? We're going to ignore the very beginning of that, or the very end of that. I think what that is going to be... I wish I could show you. I think that is going to be... damn near perfect. It looks like it might be a little high. But if I'm looking back here, I'm holding it flat. We're talking like sandable distance. So that's I think we'll run with that. Now the one thing that I do not like is I'm getting a little bits of tear out right there on that edge. So what I think I'm going to do is to counter that tear out, I'm going to put a very slight chamfer on that inside edge on both pieces. So when they goes together, there'll be just this little shadow line there. And that way we can clean up that little bit of tear out there. What's up, Jeffrey Ergel? How you doing, bud? I appreciate you stopping in. All right, I think that is going to be perfect. So we are going to run this piece on all of them. And that is going to be just on one long side. The other long side is going to have our pattern, and it's going to butt up against. Now, before we do this, we have to make sure that our grain is matching. It's a continuous grain down the whole side. right? Two pieces butted together with a piece of maple. The next two, that grain should continue through that maple. All right. Could tape help with that tear out? You know, doesn't hurt to try. We can find out. I have tape. I've got a ton of tape. We're gonna find out. So, what I need to do first is I need to get my pieces laid out so that I can. My phone is fully charged. I don't know why I have it plugged in. We can move you guys over here. So I'm gonna get my pieces laid out so that I can follow the grain, right? Because we need the grain to match. Now on this, that little knot in the center kind of works out perfect because it's gonna get cut out. So it's kind of great. It's kind of it's kind of perfect. It's going to be in the heart-shaped cutout. So all right, that grain matches. That grain matches. That grain matches. Does this one match? Son of a biscuit. When I put them up here, I actually put them up here nice. Here's our grain. I know it's kind of dark over here on this side, but and I know that heater is pretty loud, but it's like 38 degrees here, so bear with me. It might actually be up to the 40s now. I'm not sure. But I will be right back in 1 second. Gotta step outside for a sec. Alright. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry, all 14 viewers. I apologize. Hey, there's 27 of you. Nice. Look at that. Alright. Since I have the tape out already, what we're going to do is we're going to mark this so that we can keep it organized. We're going to mark them to the face and panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With just a piece of blue tape, and that way we don't have to worry about mixing up this grain. Just got home from Texas. I'm sorry if I missed that, Jeffrey. How was Texas, bud? And why did you leave? Like, leave Texas? Excuse me. Texas is kind of my dream place to go. Mainly because winter seems to be very chill down there, and all right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Got the panels marked now. I probably can't see that. I'm gonna put a 6, and the next one over is a 5. You got 2 arrows facing each other so that I know that's how they go. Right. Second biggest, best state in the union. I mean, so here's the only drawback to me wanting to go to Texas, right? A, the weather tries to kill you, and I don't know how I feel about that. But B, because, you know, we have swirly clouds, I guess, in Texas. But B, look at some trucks for work. Oh, nice. But B, if you look around on YouTube at different woodworkers, there are an unbelievable amount of them in Texas. I don't know. Maybe it's just because, you know, the internet knows that I'm interested in moving to Texas and I'm interested in woodworking. And they go, hey, here's all of the Texas woodworkers. This is your entire feed now. But there is an unbelievable amount of woodworkers in Texas. I never knew that. Never had a inkling that there was that many woodworkers in Texas. But all right, so we're gonna make tape out and up, and we're going to cut this edge opposite of the tape on the back side of every piece. We're not going to do the top and bottom yet because we need to make sure that the cherry is the same. All right, and I'll do that once I get this side routed. Okay, so I'm gonna make some noise here. Moose up near you? I believe we can go to Michigan and get moose. I'm not sure. We have some elk in Pennsylvania, kind of down a little south central from where I'm at, kind of the middle of the state, but on the western half of it. But we have a lottery system for hunting tags for it. They're trying to, I guess, keep the population going. But now I think the closest to me that has moose would be like Upper Peninsula, Michigan. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's definitely, if I want to go hunt moose, I have to pay for a hunting trip. Just, you know, kind of like if you want to go hunt bison, you're going to have to pay for a hunting trip. I mean, unless you know somebody with a bunch of land and wild buffalo running around, I guess. All right, I'm going to make these cuts. We're going to do it on all 6 of these pieces, and then we'll lay out the other 6 and get those taped up, and then we'll do those. And then we'll see where we line up on the cherry, the upper and lower rails. And if they match up, we'll do the one side as well, and one edge, one short edge. And then we will readjust and do the oh, you know what? We could probably do it with the maple too. Hang on, we could probably do our top edge on the maple. Oh, we'll have to go down lower, but I'll have to readjust my fence, tighten that up a little bit so I can run wood sideways. But or we're gonna do the maple or the black walnut first. We're gonna get that taken care of real quick. So I'm gonna make some noise. I'll be back with you guys here in a few minutes. We're gonna put a piece of tape on here. We're gonna see if that helps with the tear out. And we're going to close this up a little bit. So that I have more support and I don't drop down into the bit. Alright, I think we're good here. Alright, we put a piece of tape on here. That's the side we're going to route. We're going to see how this work turns out. Much cleaner. We're going to put tape on all of them. But we are still going to bevel that edge. Hi James, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Now, this would probably be cleaner if I was cutting them this way. Instead of using the top blade on the bit to cut the grain off. But this is how we're doing it. We got it set up, and we're doing pretty damn well. So we're gonna run with it. We got that edge, and that edge, which is the two that we wanted, and we still have, if I can line these up for you guys, we have matching grain, which is definitely what we wanted. Alright, so, give me 1 minute to put a piece of tape on every one of these boards here, since that is well worth it. I probably don't need to use this wide tape, but that's what we're going with today, because it's the first one on my stack. So, here's the thing. If I make these a little too big, all I have to do is go through and readjust my dados in my maple, and I can take care of all of that. I don't want to. I'm hoping to get them perfect. Or at least damn close to perfect. One more to tape up here. Make sure I put these on the right side. All right. Yep. That's the right side. That's the right side. Those two are done. All right. Let's do this again. Decent idea. Yep, you did. I'll be honest, I forget about the beauty of painter's tape so often, and you would think that it would be one of the first things I reach for when doing anything like this, or cutting to stop blowout. Like, I just forget about it so often. It's rather disappointing. All right, gonna make some more noise. little tape ribbons on my floor now. Man, that shop vac works way better when it's turned on. It's amazing how little dust there is up here. And the only reason I knew it wasn't turned on is because there was dust inside the port here. And it wasn't going anywhere, so I thought it was plugged up or something. Until I realized it wasn't turned on. Fuck's sake. Sometimes you can be both good at what you do and denser than a box of rocks. So there, that's a nice clean edge. That's really nice. I'm still going to, a little blowout on the end, but that's fine because we're going to cut them down. So these are too tall. But I'm still thinking I'm going to put a tiny little chamfer on this edge and on the maple just to kind of break that a little bit. Resemble that remark? Okay, I'm going to peel all this tape off. Then I'm going to grab the other ones. We're going to lay those out, get those marked with the face bit. And then we're going to tape off the edge that we want to take route. And then we will look at $7:30. Good Lord. I dicked around so much today. I'm so sorry, guys. Today is going to be very unproductive in terms of woodworking. I apologize. We should have gotten much further than this. But I think we're still, in general, ahead of the curve. Doing these little 2-hour lives, the 2-hour little working lives during the week has really put us ahead of the game. So I'm still happy about it. All right, let's see what the poll says real quick. 14% out of 28 people are crafting in other ways. And I don't see a whole lot of people talking about how they craft. It's disappointing, guys. It's disappointing. Hey, if you guys aren't aware, I did post up a thing in my community post. Go in there, comment, so that people can view your channels and stuff. Then we have everything is kind of in one spot. I still definitely like when people post links in chat. I 100% support that. But this way we have it, it's kind of laid out, right? You can give people like a little idea of what you do. They can click on your little profile picture and go to your page. I think it's a really cool way to kind of spread the love. I don't know if you can post links, but you could tag people if they're not, on it. You could tag people and maybe get them to some cross views or something. However that works, bring them to people's attention. Definitely support doing that. There's some amazing craftsmen out there in a whole bunch of different fashions. 400 subs? No way! Nice. That's a weird Turner fishing. Awesome, guys. Thank you. That's fantastic. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm super excited about that. Super excited about that. Oh, I need my tape. And I had a pencil somewhere. It's in my pocket. Guys, I love these. This is just some cheap Amazon pencil, like a Pico pencil knockoff. I love these things. They're very handy. I mean, all the mechanical pencils are definitely useful for a fine line, or some of your like squares and stuff will have little holes that you can then draw a line down the board. And these pencils don't fit in those, but a mechanical pencil will, like a .05 or .5, whatever the millimeter it is, the mechanical ones. They fit. Carpenter pencils, I've shown you how I use them on the live, or on a prior live. That grain does not match. How did I have this? Oh wait, did I go this way? Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Yep, I went this way. Okay. All right. There is our super pretty grain. Let's just look at the other side, make sure we don't want that side instead. Now, you know what? I like this. This is perfect. We're going to go with this. Because you're going to see both sides of it anyway. Just one side will be what the baby sees, and, you know, the baby dolls and cats or dogs or whatever manages to make it inside of it. You might as well make it pretty for them too. Okay, so I need to put 6 little pieces of tape up here. Let me make sure my grains match up because I don't want to mess up now. Yep, they all match. Okay, good. We're getting, every day that we do one of these lives, we get dangerously close to dry fitment. And I am super, super excited for, especially after last night, seeing what it's going to look like laid out together. I'm super excited to get everything dry fit together and do any adjustments that need to be done. One of the reasons I'm just gonna talk here while I'm doing this tape thing. One of the reasons that I got into woodworking was, I think what a lot of you guys, what a lot of you woodworkers out there may have, you know, you may have fallen into that trap early on of, I can definitely make that. I can make it cheaper. I'd be more autistic. And I think that's an easy trap for everyone to fall into. But let's be honest, I can make it. I can't make it cheaper for a whole lot of stuff. Especially when you know, if you don't have any tools, and then you got to buy tools, you got to buy lumber for one project. Now, over time, you can definitely make it cheaper for most things, I think. But what you can do is you can make it better. And so that was one of the things that I learned early on, is that I can't make it cheaper, really. At least not at this point in my life. But I can make it way better. I can make it better than the, you know, particle board shelf at IKEA or whatever store it is. And so, I mean, by better, I mean I can use proper hardwoods, proper lumber, build it stronger, and not have to worry about it. Not necessarily better as in just an overall, you know, I'm better than IKEA or whatever. But the other thing is I can make it custom fit to my my situation, right? If I need a 37.5 inch wide shelf for my game room, I can make a 37.5 inch shelf. I can make it exactly the size that I need it to be. But that's not really. That's one of the reasons I got started in woodworking. Okay. Now, one of the things that I learned really early on, and that keeps me doing woodworking, is how things look. Like I can take, I can go from rough cut lumber to something like we're doing now, and that is what keeps me going. What keeps me interested in woodworking. The making something from nothing, essentially, and seeing the beauty unfold in whatever the project is, whether it's a planter box or a candle holder or whatever, or a piece of furniture. That is really what fuels me, is making something from nothing and making it as good as I can possibly make it. Because, I think we've talked about it before. I'm a firm believer in, if you don't push yourself, you will never be better than you are right now. So if you don't do weird joinery like this, you take the easy way out all the time and you say, I don't want to do that. I've got a jig that makes tenons, like loose. I can do loose tenons. I'm going to do that. That's the only joinery I'm ever going to do. And it might work for you, but if you do that, you'll never learn how to do this. Because you're not doing it. It's the same as, if you don't, it's the same in everything in life. If you don't do it, you'll never know how. You'll never get better at it, I guess. If you didn't practice your ABCs, you probably wouldn't know them now. And even if you are an amazing woodworker, like some of you guys out there are, you're amazing craftsmen in general. If that's all you ever do is just what you do now, you limit yourself. And I'm a firm believer in wanting to better myself, make my craft, not make my craft better, but make me better at my craft. Do things that I would never do on a normal day-to-day kind of thing. Like doing this with the router and stuff. I could have taken the easy way out. I've got the jig to punch in loose tenons. I've got the loose tenons right there. Like, it would have been super simple. All I needed is straight edges. And then bing, back, boom, everything's done. It's together, and it looks acceptable. I'm sure it would look great, but I would know that I didn't challenge myself. So it does increase the risk of things going wrong. It definitely increases the risk of problems, but without failures, you can never have success. So it's going to be the end of my little philosophical Dan for the night. We're going to get these ones cut and see where that puts us, and if it's going to be time to just sit down have a drink, and chillax with you guys for a little bit. So I'm going to make some more noise. Headphone users, beware. And go. All right. Some squirrels running around that shop. Hi, Bucci. Like you with cooking, try new things for your friends before I make it for someone special to you. Absolutely, Grass. Definitely. Like I can make a halfway decent beef Wellington, and it's because I ate a whole bunch of really bad ones. That's, now some of these I heard it jumping. That's why I was going really slow, because the way I'm cutting these, the grain is running this way, so the blade is coming in and chopping it and pulling, and we're really counting on that top edge of that blade to cut the fibers. So I was going very slow, And I noticed that every time I tried to speed up a little bit, I heard it jumping. I heard the blade chopping, sounding weird. I'm sure you guys heard it too. Um, and I'm expecting to see a little bit of tear out in the pieces where that happened. Hopefully, it's nothing crazy. Hopefully. Boy, tell me I didn't mess that up. Oh, I didn't mess it up. Okay. Whew. Almost had a panic attack there for a second. Was your holy grail of food beef Wellington? Hell yeah. I love a beef Wellington. Unfortunately, many people in my life won't eat it because it's not cooked. It's red in the middle. And that means that it's raw. Blah, blah, blah. People with no taste, no sophistication. So that's fine. When I make it, I just eat a lot more of it. Hey, crappy kid, how you doing? That's exactly it, Grass. Any beef is medium rare. That's my favorite way. Sometimes if I have a good cut of steak, I'll go rare. But it's very, it's very rare. Medium rare is the general go-to for any beef. Even burgers, especially if I'm milling, if I get my own burger, I make hamburgers. I'll do a little more than a medium rare, but I don't mind a little pink in my burger. If it's store-bought beef, I want that shit cooked. Except brisket. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about brisket. You know what? I didn't have as much. The little jumps that I had heard, it didn't do much. I mean, you can see, like, it looks like it's bad there, but when you come back, and it's all sticking up and kind of jagged. But I have a feeling that once I sand that, that is going to go away. Plus, when I put that little edge on it, that little edge is going to make a huge difference on taking care of that little chip out. This one is the worst. Out of all of these, this one is the worst. Which is unfortunate because it's in the middle. It's panel number 3. So I either have to go with it or I have to scrap the whole thing and start over. So we're going to roll with it and see what happens. I think it will be fine. If it is not fine, it will get redone. But I think that it will be fine. Oh, that's wrong. That does go that way. All right. Whew. Almost had another panic attack. The wood fell down in this groove here, and I was like, why is it not straight? What is going on? Good gravy. Prefer smash burgers now, extra crispy bit. I mean, that's true, Grass. A good smash burger, big messy burger. Oh, just perfect. Guys, I think that's going to be it for tool work tonight. I know we didn't get a lot accomplished. We got this one edge done. We didn't even get the other side done. We did spend a little time setting up, but I did kind of go off on a couple of tangents there that I shouldn't have. I think that's going to be the end of the building because the 8 o'clock deadline is coming up. And as we know, I turn off my tools at 8 o'clock. But I'm going to hang out with you guys since Turner's not going live tonight. We're going to go a little longer than 8. And we're just going to keep the stream rolling for a little while and sit down and chat. I know we don't do our chats on Sundays during this build, so we'll just kind of roll them together and go with it. If you guys want to hang out with me and chat, we can go over, the progress we've made and just talk in general. Hey, Jackie boy, how you doing, bud? Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that, man. I'm doing my best to provide something of value. I hope that people that watch this get some sort of value out of it. Whether it's just an idea or one of my stupid little tips. Scoring the wood might have mitigated the blowout. The problem would have been I guess setting it up. I mean, I could have used my scrap piece, my test piece, and set up a scoring line based on that. And that would have cut those outside fibers, which then couldn't have torn out, and the tape would have held in everything behind it. Because that's what happened. That's what the tear out is. It's those outside fibers blow out, right? Which then opens the room for the next set of fibers to come out. But if you sever those fibers, they can't blow out, and there's support for the fibers underneath it, so they won't blow out either. Which is kind of what the tape does, but obviously we have a little bit that we're going to deal with, which is not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Now, if I had better router bits and I had a variable speed router on the table here, I could have slowed the bit down. Better bits would be sharper. There's a lot of things that we could have done. This is a basic entry-level router table and router, so if I would have put one of my other routers mounted it to the table, we probably still wouldn't be cutting. I'm not even sure if one of my other routers will bolt up, but I don't see why they wouldn't. I'd imagine they would. Adjustment would just have to be manual adjustment. I wouldn't have the little crank thing on the top. But yes, scoring is definitely a good idea. They make a tool. People use it for like dovetails a lot. It's just it's a rod with a piece of flat wood or brass, and then the end of the rod is a little wheel. I can't remember the name of it, but that's what that tool does. It scores the fibers and gives you a line that you can follow. And they love to use it with chisel work the most because their chisel will kind of nestle into that groove. Man, I'm drawing a blank on what the name of it is. I know I used to have one. I broke it, because stupid. I knocked it off the table. It was actually when I was in the basement. I knocked it off the table and broke it. And I just never one of those things. I never got around to clicking, that buy now button. Because those also, they don't have to be anything fancy. They're all pretty much the same. It's a wheel, some sort of a rod, can be a wooden rod even, and then a flat surface that rides along the edge of your piece. And that little wheel is just a little cutting wheel, like a baby pizza cutter. Man. Maybe it's just called like a layout tool. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on it. We got 35 votes. Let's see what the chat says. Or you know what? We'll leave this up for a little bit longer. But 46% of you guys are woodworkers, so that is awesome. 43% are not, but they enjoy watching, and then 11% craft in other ways. That is fantastic. I'm happy to have everybody here. I hope you all get a little bit of value out of it. I know the loud tools generally aren't everybody's thing, but we did take a poll, and people said to not mute it. I guess the silence is worse than a loud tool. So that's what we will do from now on. We won't worry about muting the stream. We'll just let it roll. Yeah, I can't remember. You know what? I got my computer right here. Let's find out what it's called. Yoink. A marking gauge. Good Lord. Marking gauge. And I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Let's get a picture of one here. I put a screen protector on my computer since I dropped it and messed it up. And now the touch screen doesn't work so great, which is fine. But yeah, here's all. You have negative aura. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. There's a whole collection of marking gauges. This one is the one that I had before. You know, just a little cheap one. But you got just tons of them. There's a really cool one made out of brass and looks like black walnut. Ebony wood, maybe. There's one with a digital caliper on it. This style is really nice. Yeah, they're super simple. They're super simple. And they're super handy. But that's what they do is they score those fibers, and now they're really great for chisel work, but in this case they would actually come in really handy for this. Maybe I'll order one now on Amazon. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow. And then we can play with another tool. Shulker, well, I'm sorry that I have negative aura, but I appreciate you coming in and trying to liven the mood up a little bit. I don't rightly know what a negative aura is, but my bad. All right, guys. So, what kind of projects or things you guys got going on here in the near future? We all know what I'm working on right now. This is bassinet. So, what kind of stuff you guys got going on? I know we got some fishermen in the chat. The only negative energy is that clown damn gay. I agree, Grass. I agree. He's kind of a tool. Weather around here is spotty, but I'm coming up on some decent weather. I can do some fishing. Kind of excited about that. I'm not a big fan of fishing in the rain and the cold. I like to relax in the fishing. preferably in some sunshine or leaning up against a big old tree, taking a nap. You get out on the water, just having a hard time doing it. I get you. Hey, Mark, how you doing, bud? Just ordered a kit from Lowe's, 12 by 12 shed. Hell yeah. Is it like one of the metal ones or one of the plastic ones or some wooden one? I know they sell all different kinds. Does Dead Grass Jigs working for you? I mean, you probably should catch something on one. Since you designed it. I have either got to get Turner to mail me my box, or I've got to make a trip down there and pick it up and start the next box. There is so many baits in that box that I'm itching to use. Now, to be fair, I have a lot of baits in my house that I'm itching to use too. Wood wasn't going to pay $6K for a prefab. That's fair. There's Turner. So, is it like, here's a bunch of lumber, you just put it together, or is it like a plan and here's the hardware, you supply the lumber? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, Turner. I don't know. I do want to come down and visit. Everything's included. Awesome. Awesome. Hope it works out for you. Building spinner baits. They do look time consuming. Hey Wayne, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming in. You need to, what, spinner baits, or need to come down there? Because I'm up for some fishing. And a vacation. I need a vacation. So I will generally take off a week for rifle season up here for deer. And last rifle season, I don't remember if I was doing YouTube yet or not. But I had so many orders. I had so many orders for, Christmas and stuff that I couldn't enjoy my time out in the woods. I'm gonna be sitting there in a tree stand or, hunkered down, behind there's a pile of brush that I kind of piled up and created a little nest for myself so that I'm blocked from deer coming up out of the ravine. And I'd be sitting there thinking, man, there's so many things that I need to be doing right now. And then I'd be out there for, a couple hours and come back in. Like, I'll go out later in the evening and then never get back out there, be out here until 8 o'clock at night. Took a whole week off and pretty much lived in my shop. That was pretty much it. I mean, it was nice, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed being at my shop, but you have a recurved crossbow. Huh. 75 underspins, put a blade on, you're not happy? I mean, it sounds like 75 monies. Well, more than monies, but 75 things that will make you monies. Or already made you monies. My crossbow, I just got a crossbow last year. I've never even shot it yet. Turner's trying. I think you got this, bro. You got this. I mean, hell, look at your business, your channel. I mean, when I first started watching you, all you did was you didn't even have Bertha yet. You just had the Pyrex cups and that one plunger. You were just doing injection molding, and that was it. And now you got Bertha to help pump stuff out faster. You're doing hand ties. You're doing. Oh yeah, the jig heads. I forgot the jig heads. Yeah, you were doing those at the time too. Yeah, you've pushed rapidly into other markets. Well, I don't know if it's markets really. Other bait styles, we'll say. It's nice. It's interesting it's nice to see you growing. Or at least adding new products. I don't know if you're growing or not. Your YouTube channel's growing. It's grown a ton. I want to say you were around. I think I remember you hitting 13K subs. $13 or $14K? I think that's right around the time I came in. I remember you were excited about it. I don't remember the exact number, but it was a low 2-digit number. Now you're up almost 25K? That's a hellacious growth curve. That is awesome. Scared to not be able to pay the bills, you keep at it. Yep. So that, if I'm being honest, that is the only reason that this isn't a full-time thing for me right now, is because if my orders drop off tomorrow and this was my only source of income, I'd be screwed. Like if I didn't have orders for months, CNC milling forever. Hey, if that's your thing, more power to you. That's definitely that's craftsmanship. Yeah. Some people like that programming that goes into CNCing, like setting up those machines. People are super talented. I'm not that talented. One day, maybe, but missed the new eyes. Damn. You'll have to send me a picture of them sometime. Or show me tomorrow. I'll be in the chat tomorrow. Look like snake eyes? Awesome. New jig heads? Are you, did you get a new mold, or is it just a new style, or just the new eyes? Grass. I know early on when Turner made me a mod, early on there was who is it? The guy who comes, I think he's mod now. He would come in and say something like old effer or mother effer or something. And it was like soon after I became a mod, I timed him out. And then I realized that he wasn't a troll. I felt really bad about it. Rest, I don't know. I wonder who timed you out. I do remember you getting timed out. Or wait, no, maybe that was before me. You timed him out? 3D Max Art Cam, CNC, Well Products. All right. Is that like a type of CNC? I'd pronounce your name, but I would butcher it, so thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. I don't know anything about CNC. I want to get a small one at some point, kind of expand a little bit, but Larry, that's it. What is his screen name? Larry. He only gained 3 subs today, Turner? Man. Slacking over there. Hobbs. All right. That's what I thought it was, but then I couldn't remember if Hobbs is just something that I threw on the end. We have a hardware store, lumber store kind of thing. It's called Hobbs, and it's spelled the same. It's not like hardwood. Like I can't buy this kind of lumber there. It's all construction lumber, and building supplies and stuff. Yeah, I notice when you're live, you gain a lot of subs. But you're also, when you hit the feeds and stuff, people scrolling through. Really? Or maybe it's when you post videos and then you're just calling them out in the lives. Like that's when they're hitting the feeds or whatever. eBay 3D model STL. That's an impressive string of words there, but I know nothing about CNC. I am extremely ignorant about it at the moment. My next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get a small lathe. The CNC will come a little later after that. Nice. That's awesome. 50K views, 30, getting into 30K. That's awesome. I went back through your channel the other night. I was scrolling through. I think I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and I came across one of your shorts, and then I just popped into your channel and was playing around a little bit. And I noticed some of your views are really up there. Pretty great. Also, the ones that are really up there have like the clickbaitiest titles. I mean, that's how YouTube works, I guess. But like Christ. I say clickbaity, but they're like the titles on the screen or on the thumbnail are like a question. Like, where are the crappy now? Or whatever. It's not like the woodworker side where they're like, how to make $40 billion off of 23 cents worth of wood, Best videos are making someone mad. Interaction is interaction. I've noticed there's channels out there that I've come across that seems like the only stuff they put out is things that are whatever's controversial at the moment. And they'll just put out stuff like if it's something stupid like politics, they'll put out a pro left and a pro right video or something attacking the other side, and they'll do both sides. But when you're scrolling through, you only come across one. Like they're definitely hitting both markets. But when you're scrolling through, you only come across one, and then the comments are just people beating each other over whatever stupidity. And I make 150 worth of $10 block of wood. Exactly. Brian, that kind of stuff irritates me so much, but I mean, as I'm kind of maturing with YouTube, like, interacting with it more, I'm starting to realize that that's just how YouTube is right now. And it's the more clickbaitier the title, and especially with money making, it seems that if you're talking about how to make $100 with a $2 investment, those videos are going to skyrocket. Yeah, 100%. It's something for nothing kind of videos. Those shits They have the most views out of 90% of the videos that I've seen. You know, and I'll go through different woodworkers as I come across them in the shorts, especially. And Grass, you know, that's actually so that the group that I have that want me to design a gaming table for them, and that we're actually, you know, talking with. That was one of the things they asked me if I could do is, if I can make them dice. Now they wanted a full set of dice, and that's like everything from a two-sided coin up to D100s, and I have zero interest in doing that. Not out of wood. But I can make six-sided dice. I can do that stuff all day long. It's a hobby. Yeah. Mine's a business. I'm trying to make it my full-time business. But this started out as a hobby for me, and I think that's the best way to go. If you enjoy doing something, yeah. Right, Grass? That's a lot of math and a lot of angles. I used to play tabletop games way back in the day, but the imagination bit of it was a lot of fun. But the dealing with the different attributes and rolling for different things all the time, I couldn't keep it all straight. 80% of the world want to get rich quick scheme. They watch the video and can't make one, and make one and can't sell it. I see that a ton. And I mean, I'm only really active in woodworking groups, but woodworking groups, there is just a ton of. Well, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos. You know, like can't keep these in stock or whatever. Like the little. Stick that to something. The little like sound amplifiers you put your phones in, those were a big thing for a while. People saying they can't keep them in stock, made thousands in an hour, whatever the titles were. And then you get on different woodworking forums, and you'll see these people that are, you know, I watched that guy's video. And I made all those things. You know, he had like 4 or 5 things in his video. I made all of them, and I couldn't sell a single one. What am I doing wrong? And it's always either it's a trendy thing, or it was just a video to get clicks. I mean, yeah. I agree. Trends, they always die at some point. I mean, if you can get in on a trend at the top, that's awesome. That's easy money. You know, but chasing the trends that's a job in and of itself. Furniture? Everybody needs furniture. Not everybody can afford really nice furniture, but yeah. Perfect your pull-out game? I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Your content is kind of evergreen. It's not trend-based at all. Yeah, Richard, that's it. That's it there. There's a lot. I mean, almost every woodworker that I've come across has plans for sale, and that's probably a really good money maker. Like you can go to Etsy right now, type in woodworking plan, and you'll probably get 1 billion results, and probably half of them will be the same thing. Like if you typed in, I don't know, planter box plans or whatever, you'll probably get 1 million results, and there'll probably be like 3 different styles, maybe a few more, but But I imagine that planned sales is probably a good portion. That, and I've noticed there's a lot of woodworker YouTubers that I'm going to quote woodworkers, because they stopped woodworking and they do, YouTube full time, and they're really into their analytics, and they're going, this video didn't perform as well where I did this thing, so I'm not going to do those anymore. I'm going to do these because this performed really well in the last 5 videos or whatever. America. And I can't fault people for that. But a lot of those is like, they go from building something to tool reviews or something like that. Which tool reviews are definitely useful, but I can't imagine that there's enough out there. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't like tool review videos. So now when I'm, looking for something specific, I'll scroll through tool reviews, but I can't sit all day, every day watching tool review videos. I don't really know how people do that. But apparently, it's a huge thing. Yeah. I made the decision early on. So Turner, that's true. If you're teaching people, sometimes what you think they might need to know, maybe they don't really want to know it. But yeah, we don't really do the politics thing here. But I noticed that. Yeah, I made the decision, Brian, early on that I'm not going to become a tool review channel. I'm only doing this to show woodworking, right? What I do, and learn from you guys, and maybe share some ideas and tips and stuff. Any review that I do, on a tool, is things that I'm actually using, right? Like if I'm actually using it and somebody goes, hey, I've got an idea, or I'm looking for a cheap, miter saw, that can get the basic job done. I can go, hey, I use this, it's behind my table saw now, but I use this Cobalt 10-inch miter saw. I've used it for years. I don't have any problems with it. It's cheap. That kind of thing. But I did decide that if I do ever get contacted by a tool company and they want me to review a video or review a tool, my stipulation would be it can't be here's a tool, we expect a video in a week. It's not how I'm going to work. I can't review a tool. I can't tell you if a tool's good in a short amount of time. One cut saw videos, those are absolutely worthless tool review videos in my opinion. If you're making one cut with a saw and you go, yeah, the saw's great, it's awesome, you're doing yourself and the community a disservice. But if there is a company that in some point contacts me, maybe I get big enough, they want to do a tool review or whatever, I'll use it in my shop. I'll use it in my day-to-day woodworking and give my honest opinion of it, and then give it away as a, depending on the tool, right? If it's some sort of a table saw, I'm clearly not going to ship it to California or something, but for most tools. Now, if there's like a Harvey table saw, cabinet saw, I may lean towards wanting to keep that one. All right, but in general, you're like, all right, I've used it. I've used it in all these videos, like you just mentioned, Brian. Like, here's my honest opinion of it. You can hear about what I like and don't like as I'm using the tool. You know, congratulations. We'll do some sort of a raffle and give it away. You know, that'll be. That's how I want to do my stuff. Yeah, the table saw doesn't fit in the mailbox. And it's a little cost prohibitive. Now, I mean, the company wants to pay for shipping to somebody. You know, maybe there's things you can work out, but I feel like that level of commitment from a company is not something that my little channel will get to. Long day, see your process? All right. Well, I can show you where we've gotten since Saturday. Okay. So we started this build on Saturday. We've got our upright blanks glued up, milled down. We didn't cut the ends off yet. Our feet, 2 feet glued up, milled down. We got our curly maple stiles milled and not cut to length yet, but they are milled. We got our curly cherry rails cut to size and milled with the groove. They're not cut to length yet. Nothing is cut to length yet. Width is about it. And we got 2 cherry end cap panels here, each with 3 boards. Those will be the ends of our bassinet box thing. And then today we got 1 pass of the black walnut inlay panel things. We did that 1 pass right there. Now, later on, we will do another one here, and then we'll do the tops, because that will fit into the cherry. This is going into the maple groove. And then once they're in, they are grain matched across the entire face. Each side is grain matched. And in the 2, there will be a heart cut out. Be half a heart on one side, half a heart on the other side in each panel. So that they line up. I'm trying to line up that grain looking in the camera. And that will be, so it'll be black walnut panels, curly cherry rails, and curly maple stiles. Right? That's right. The uprights are stiles. The long bits are the rails. Yeah. And we're making a wooden bassinet. And then we do have some other little bits and things that we have to cut up and stuff as we move into different projects or different portions of the build. But those are the bulk of everything is sitting over there on that bench right there and right here on the bandsaw. That is the bulk of the entire project. And we're only starting at Saturday. We did a half-day live Saturday, a half-day live Sunday, and then 2-hour evening lives every day this week so far. I think we're making incredible progress on it. We're definitely far ahead of where I expected us to be right now. I didn't think we would get to doing any of the grooving yet. Any of the router bits. Bauer Architecture Wood Home Create. Okay. Okay. I don't really know what you mean, but okay. What's the next project? Well, I don't really know. I would like to keep this kind of thing going and build a project on live stream all the time, just constant. But my shop is shut down while I work on this build. So what we'll probably do is either dedicate Saturdays to a build of some sort, like not one Saturday, but every Saturday, until the build is done. And then I can do my day-to-day work during the week. Or Sundays, whatever. We'll probably do something like that. Or when I have an interesting project that I can bring you guys along on, like a commissioned project, I'll just bring you guys along for the ride. But those are generally more time sensitive, and I can't, when I'm working on it, I gotta work on it, and I gotta get them done. But I would like to continue this whole theme, I guess, of furniture building on live stream. I just don't really know what to build next. There is a couple of projects that I need, right, that I want to do for myself. So we'll probably incorporate some of those in. And then my larger projects, I'll work with the customer and see if we can't weed it into maybe a longer period expected before delivery, or a longer period before expected delivery, and maybe we can use those as content as well. But I can tell you that after this project is done, and in fact, I've gotten a couple of emails today that I kind of want to take on. Just for future business growth, they're just small laser work projects, so I can run those at night. They're not a big deal, but they're more time sensitive. But see, Grass, that's that whole, we get back into that editing thing, and that's where I run into my time crunches. Okay. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in and chatting with us. I appreciate it. You're in St. Petersburg? Awesome. The only thing about St. Petersburg that I know of is, what is that? St. Petersburg Cathedral. Gorgeous cathedral. Never seen it. I've just pictures of it. But yeah, Grass, the whole editing videos thing is where I was running into issues. Like, I would set up the camera and do things, and then the editing took too long. Yeah, I know, but I've got a ton of videos now on my phone and on my home server that need to be edited out. And a whole bunch of videos that I didn't actually finish. So for now, I'm just going to do the live stream thing and go from there, and then just throw in a couple of videos and shorts kind of scattered around. Like I did a short or a video for the setting up the bandsaw, and I didn't pay attention to the camera. So I'm here and I'm doing the bandsaw adjustment, right? And you guys were looking at that. And I'm here talking about it, pointing at things, right? And I watched the video back, and initially I was on it. I was showing, moving the camera around, showing the different things, and then at some point I must have bumped the tripod and turned the camera, and it just killed the rest of it. Oh, come on, Bex. Way to go. I thought you were a team player. Yeah, international woodworking, right, Richard? So, I guess to answer your question, Richard, I don't know what the next project's going to be yet. Yeah, I know, Brian. I know. It just time. Like I ran into having the day job and then doing this. Like, I'm out here till 8, 9, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, depending on what I've got going on. I won't run tools past 8, but I'll run my sander, things like that, things that are a little quieter, and I'll do assembly work and stuff. And then I'm inside to shower, eat my dinner, go to bed, so I can get up, so I can go to my day job at 7 in the morning. And I was running into this. The workload here was enough that I didn't have a whole lot of free time. And I didn't want to sacrifice workload here to make YouTube videos. Yeah, that makes sense. I know there's a ton of benefit to it. There's a ton of value to it, and I'd really like to get to that, but at this point in time, I'm too slow on the editing, and I take way too long to make a video, and I do a lot of this fucking gabbing thing. Go off on a tangent. It's just not in the cards for me right now. The live stream is a lot easier for me. Then just turn the camera on and off we go, and then we can chat, But once this becomes my full-time job, I think once I make that leap, then things will be a lot simpler, I think. Vineyard, I've used CapCut and what's the other one? SA? BA? Something. I can't remember. They're both very similar. I switched to the other one when CapCut went down during the whole TikTok ban. And then, I'll be honest, since then I don't think I've edited a video. No, I use Windows-based PCs. Windows is what I know. I grew up with Windows, so. So it's kind of what I stuck with. I'm still here. Just getting a drink. Is that how that works, Grass? I mean, I'm sure Macs have to be good at something. Like, I'm sure they have, different pros and cons. I remember, what was that? The G5 Mac. It had the, big computer. Big tower computer. It had, 2 handles on the top. I remember those back in the day. They were kind of I think they had dual processors. They're kind of the cat's ass back in the day. And they're still relatively pricey for being so old. Like an older one. I don't know if it's like a current model or whatever. But them older ones that from, the ones that I remember, they're still rather pricey for being, a long time out of date. Every now and then I'll see one pop up. And I'll get a little nostalgic about how I really wanted one back in the day. And then I don't really have a use for it now. So then I got to learn a whole new operating system. Apple people are a little pretentious sometimes. No hate, no offense. I've kind of hitched my horse to Android and Windows. And I have some towers in the house that I'm thinking about playing around with, like Linux. Maybe Cleveland recommended a Linux program to me, or system. I've never played with that. It'd be something to play with in a little downtime or something. I said that primarily use it for video and editing. All right. Yeah, that tracks with what Grass said, that Macs are great at that. A few of my friends are video and photographers for the White House. Majority of the industry uses Macs. Filmora, that was the other one. That was the other one. The desktop icon is weird. It's only 2 letters. I remember when I first installed it, I was like, this seems a little sketchy. And then I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, thinking that I, forgot to check a box that said, don't put this garbage on my computer. Yeah, Bucci, downtime. Yeah, like that's a thing. I've got a deck to rebuild. I've got my fire pit area I got to get done. I've got a roof to repair after the ice ripped off the gutter and fascia. That'll take priority, obviously. It's not like the roof doesn't leak. It just ripped off the fascia board in the gutter. And, I got to get that fixed. Hey, Janelle. How you doing? Thanks for popping in. We didn't really get a whole lot accomplished tonight, but we got all of our black walnut panels. We got one groove done. One part of one groove. Like, but we did label them all so that the grain will continue to match. Like, as long as we keep the labels proper. So, I mean, went off on a couple of tangents. Played with a few squirrels. It is what it is. Burn cream on that roasting. I had successfully forgotten about that. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Sounds like good content. I would like to... Well, I don't want to video the building of the deck. All right, because I'm not building it. Sorry. I'm not going to tear my deck down and rebuild a new one. I'm going to repair it. I'm very against needing to get permits and inspections for stuff. And I don't need a permit to repair it. And as long as I don't take down more than 10% of it at a time, I can repair it. So I'm going to rebuild it from the bottom up. But the back fire pit area, I definitely don't have a problem videoing that because we're going to build a swing. There's a swing back there already that a previous owner of this property had built. And that was, I've had the place for 5 years. The people before me had the place for 4 years or 6 years. And then the gentleman before that is the one that built that stuff before he passed away. Oh, that's valid, Brian. That's valid. How much rain did we get today? It didn't stop. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's still raining. It has just been constant all day. But this swing that he built out there, the entire thing hasn't been maintained in a very long time, and it is still sturdy enough to hold my rear end on it. So now the roof material was like some cedar shake or something, and that has deteriorated drastically. But Michael, I'm not sure. I didn't check the mail yet today. Yeah, when I woke up, there was snow on the ground, and then it's just been rain the rest of the day. Also, Copy, how you doing, bud? Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. This is all we got done today. That one single groove. I mean, 12 of them, but that. We have to groove this other groove yet. And then we've got to do the grooves on the top for the cherry, and then we'll start cutting the length and doing the other grooves. So once we get those grooves done and the maple grooves done, then we'll start cutting things down to length. Yeah, I completely forgot about that, to be honest, Michael. Now I kind of want to go check them out. Yeah, didn't ruin anything. So far, so good. 73 and sunny. Just rub it in, Richard. Way to go. Just rub it in. We have, like, this last, I don't know, month and a half. It has been so temperamental in the temperature area. Like, we'll have really nice, beautiful days in the low 70s, and then the next day it's 40 degrees. Or, you know, we had, it was a couple of days that we had, it was like mid 60s, really nice. It was cool at night, and then we'd get this big rainstorm would come through, and you'd wake up and there'd be snow on the ground, and turning the heater back on. I did get to turn my furnace off for like a week though, so that was nice. It's all right, Richard. It's all right. I'm glad that somebody is having decent weather. I mean, I know it's coming. It's going to come eventually, hopefully, but it's like you get those wintertime blues, right? Like I don't know if this. I enjoy winter to a point, but after Christmas, I'm pretty well done with it. And then it seems to just keep dragging and dragging and dragging. And then you get teased with a little bit of nice weather, and you can start doing stuff outside, and then you're getting punished again. And that's when that wintertime blues kind of kicks in for me. They're just kind of like, man, this can be done any day now. There's Jackie again. A lot of rain this spring. We've had, this has been probably the wettest last, I don't know, month that I can remember in a while. It's just constant rain. Unless you're at work, and then, beautiful weather outside. This custody arrangement Mother Nature needs to be amended? Absolutely. Either that or she needs to get back on her meds. Yep. I really like snow to a point. But once I'm, butt cheek deep in it, I'm over it. I'm over it. That first time I have to dig my truck out of the driveway, I'm done. We can go back to 80 degrees and sunny. I'm happy. This is a mudslide. Oh, good Lord. That's a lot of rain. But yes, Michael, I do like a white Christmas. Now, if I ever get around to moving to Texas, a white Christmas will probably not be in the cards, but they got those cans of snow. I got white, like foamy kind of paint stuff spray on your windows. I can pretend. I got a good imagination. It'll be all right. Oh, Vineyard was talking earlier. I just remembered that squirrel. Talking earlier about he's terrible at making plans, like drawing up plans, and I'm the same way. It's mostly in my head. If I get a plan, if I make it, it's a rough sketch, and I'm going, all right. So I need it to be 40 inches long, 22 inches tall, 14 inches deep, whatever. Something, just a rough sketch to get the idea out. And then it's off the cuff. Live in Amarillo, you'll get snow. That's fine. Texas summers are brutal. That's what I hear. Ooh. I also hear that if you're closer to the coast, the humidity makes it way worse. But further inland, I guess it's a little better. Unless you're like south. And then you're just in the desert, so you should expect it to be brutal. Fine with no snow, you'd be a snowbird, but unfortunately it's only in your mind. We have a lot of snowbirds up here. And they're usually, older folks. They've got they got a house up here for the summer, and then they'll go to like Florida or Georgia or something during the winter here and kind of avoid the worst of it. 250 subs? That is awesome. I wasn't going to say it, Grass. It's snow sculpting for 28 years. Wow. 250 subs. Congratulations, Justin. That is awesome. It's not rain anymore. You sweat to water your grass. Justin is what's his channel name? Funderstruck? You've been Funderstruck? Funder. Funder. Struck. It's a play on Thunderstruck, I think. It's clever. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Richard, we've got there's a little town nearby. They go real hard on the snow sculpting in the winter, when the winters will allow it. I can't remember the name of it. They do like an ice bar, all kinds of stuff. Also, guys, just another little heads up. I got that community post up. Go ahead, comment on it. Get people to, so people can go check out channels, check out other channels that are on there. I don't know that there's a whole lot on there. I know Janelle's on there, but I haven't really checked it lately, so I'm sorry. But try to spread some love around without people having to go through the chat on a PC and click on the links. Puxatawny Phil's hometown. Yeah. What did you say? Mayville, New York does it? Oh, nice. McCall, Idaho Winter Carnival. I'll check that out. I mean, I'll probably never go to Idaho, but I mean, especially in the winter. I've seen that snow out west. I mean, you got there, you wake up one day and there's 23 feet of snow on top of your house, and you have to climb out your third-story window, like, to get anywhere. I'm not interested in that. Go out there for a little winter vacation and be trapped there for 6 months. You're welcome, Janelle. I hope to be able to have a community of quality craftsmen and stuff. Just good overall community where people can share their channels, connect with other people, like, that kind of thing. Western Diamondback rattlesnake? Good lord. Yeah, and remember which snow hump is your car. Alan, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, no, I don't think snow is a fun vacation. I got snow at home. I don't need more snow. Like, now, props to those people though. Props to those people. I've seen them on, Instagram and YouTube and stuff. Like, I've seen them. They're doing videos of, like, this is my covered front porch and it's just a wall of snow. And then they go up to and they're usually A-frame houses. And they go up to this attic window and crawl out and it's just snow everywhere. Like, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Or the roads that are plowed that are just, there's some pavement here and just walls of snow. Okay. First of all, the machinery you got to throw that snow, so I'm assuming it's a snowblower, is just phenomenal. But the first time that happened, I'd be moving to the desert somewhere, or the equator. I'd find a place on the equator. Open the door, it was a wall of snow. I remember there was a blizzard when I was a kid in central PA around Hershey area. I want to say it was mid-90s. I want to say it was mid-90s. The snow was so deep we were tunneling through it. Like the kids. We were just out tunneling through snow. And then we'd pick a random spot, build a snow fort, and then tunnel somewhere else and build another snow fort. That was back when the snow was fun, because you didn't have to you didn't have to worry about cleaning it up. It wasn't your job. Probably 93, 95. Yeah, it had to be somewhere mid-90s. That's what I'm saying, Alan. I love the snow. I still do like the pretty white. I want to see it, and then it can go away. I don't want to shovel it. I don't want to. I don't even like driving it anymore. I don't mind driving in it. It's the other people on the road that suddenly forgot. Like snow is a brand new thing. It's never happened before in the entire history of humanity, and they're sliding around, slamming into things left and right. Like working in it, like my day job as a mechanic, right? That is when every single person comes in. You know, they come in the middle of a snowstorm, drove through 3 feet of snow to get there because there's something wrong with their suspension, and now I got to stand under this thing with it dripping all over me. Like, absolutely miserable. For the record, guys, do your mechanics a solid. When it's freaking snowing, don't go to the mechanics shop. Chill out. It can wait another day. Your car will not explode in most cases. We did get here just a few years ago. We got on like Christmas Day, we got like 7 feet of snow. That was kind of cool. That was the most snow we had in like one day since I've been up here. I don't know. It wasn't one day. It had to be like 2 days, something like that. But there was like 7 feet of snow. It was ridiculous. Yeah, Bex. Except for yours, sometimes yours might explode. You should probably go to the shop, unless it's a Pinto. Yeah. All right, that's fair. I did say in most cases. Also, if your car has a vibration in the snow, hose out your rims. Clean the snow out of your rims. 9 times out of 10, that's how I fix it. I take a garden hose, blow the snow out of your suspension, and you go down the road being happy that your car got fixed and unhappy that you paid somebody to hose your car off. Because I don't do shit for free. Or something you could have done at a car wash. 3 inches of ice on Halloween one year? Good. I hate ice. Ice is the worst. If it would never snow again, you'd buy him a Snoopy snow cone machine? That's awesome. I don't know. Steph was busy doing... her job ran into some complications, I think, tonight. So she's probably working on that. I'll be right back. I gotta step outside for a second. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, go somewhere if you want. I don't really care, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh. What did we lose? Oh, we didn't lose too many. Get back to work. That shop keeps getting tidier. That's because I'm not working on anything. It's just this one project. there are two other projects that I do want to do, but they're all laser work, so they're time sensitive. Like one I would have to have done by the 23rd of this month, and the other one about a week after that. One is for a local wrestling team, and you know those guys never get a hold of me until there's like 2 weeks to go, and I would really like to do that project for them. And then another one is for a local realtor, and I feel like that is good for business. Getting in with realtors is definitely a great thing to do. By laser work, I mean doing like, oh, I don't have any of my cutout stuff, do I? Things like, doing things like this, right? Like engraving stuff, cutting stuff out of, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch material. Doing things, laser work. It's not really woodworking that I have to do. I create a design on light burn and let the laser do its thing, and then, do some cleanup and assembly. I'm done. I don't classify this stuff as that. Like there's one of my lasers back there, the one that gets used primarily right now. I don't really classify that as woodwork because all I'm doing is loading it with material and then pushing a button. You got a powder paint gun? Nice. Also, I'm hoping that soon, trademark. I'm gonna have to make that a thing. I'm gonna put it on merchandise. Soon, trademark. I did not see Alan's pickle. I saw Coffee's baby pickle that he posted. But I didn't see Alan's pickle. Yeah, kind of like our seaplanes are cut out. So what I do, my laser work is grass. I am so sorry. I knew it was wrong as soon as it came out of my mouth. I knew it was wrong. But I did like this was I think this was either an extra or a mistake. Either way, for a thing that I did for a basketball team. And so it was what, 3 layers, 4 layers counting this. So I had like a 12 by 10 backer. Then I had a 12 by 10 like net and picture frames cut out that went on the backer, and then a basketball that went on that, and then this that went on the basketball. And it ended up being, substantially thick, but I don't have any pictures of it out here that I can show you. But it was done on live stream assembly. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning until they got done because I had to deliver the next day. And then I went in, I went to bed, I got up, I went to work, and at lunchtime I met the client and delivered them and bought some Chick-fil-A, then continued on. The baby pet. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Baby pickle. Sorry, Alan. Sorry, you got a baby pickle. With a couple of ideas from chat. Absolutely. Chat is the only reason that project got delivered on time. because I live streamed it, and the I don't, there wasn't that many people in there, but the people that were in there were they were active, talking to me, giving me, you know, ideas, keeping me on track. Yeah, Richard, I use a program called Lightburn. There's a couple different programs. There's Laser Gerbil, GRBL. Fuck's sake, Al. Laser Gerbil is good for, like, it's a free software, and it's really good for, like, picture engraving. Lightburn is, think like CNC programming, but without the vertical axis. It's just 3D. Or it's just two-dimensional, I guess. Yeah, you're two-dimensional. So you can do things like I had one somewhere. Maybe I don't have it anymore. Maybe I threw it away. Oh, here it is. Like, I did my logo here. I just engraved my logo into this piece of hickory, and then I threw some different paints in it to play with it and see how I liked it. But that was all cut out with the laser, engraved with the laser rather, not cut out. And in fact, if you look really closely here, you can see the lines going across from left to right. That was before I had my laser properly calibrated. So there was a gap in between, or no, it was that overlap. There was an overlap in between each laser beam. So that area would get hit twice and would create this little ridge. And then if they were too far apart, you'd have an area that didn't get engraved. And then you can adjust it so that you get each pass is perfectly just touching. And that's how I have my laser set up now. I spent some time on it here, I don't know, a week or so ago, getting everything figured out. Yeah, 2D. Hey, Lucifer, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Michael. That was the closest I've ever been to not delivering a product. And the only reason it got delivered was because of chat. That was it. I would have just accepted defeat on it, you know, at some point. And Home Depot carries hickory now? Nice. That's what I used here. Like, this is cedar, but this was a hickory plank that I had. I got that somewhere. I can't remember where, but I thought it was so nice, so beautifully figured, that I was going to use it to make jewelry boxes, and I made one. And it went to Crappy Man Jigs for his Christmas giveaway. And well, I don't even know if he called it a jewelry box. It was just a box with a lid. There's pictures of it on the channel. And then I can't remember who won it, but somebody won it for their wife, and she really liked it. So that's all that really matters. And then I used it for that. I used the rest of the board that I had for that. That's if you're not familiar, that's Grandpa's shotgun. That was it's a non-functional shotgun. It's no monetary value or anything. And It's sentimental. Yeah, keepsake box. That's what we'll call it. Mr. Dave. That's right. I haven't seen Mr. Dave in a long time. Yeah, grass. Everyone appreciates well figured. I knew it. Yeah, I haven't seen Mr. Dave in quite a while. Crappy Man Jigs. Where have you seen that name? Well, if you've seen this channel a few times, you probably would have seen me with that koozie. I made Mrs. Turner, Mrs. T, a cutting board and sign board. Made videos on those. They're the like Nightmare Before Christmas engravings that I did. The shotgun is stuffed and mounted. Oh, that was sarcasm. All right, fair enough. I don't know. I watch him almost every night. In fact, probably a good portion of us in here do. He does a live stream every night, but Thursdays now. So I fill that space up with these kind of shoot the shit chats. Need to hire someone? Need a link? Yeah, I mean, you guys can drop links in the chat. That's fine. I don't, unless you're on computer though. The vertical stream links don't. You can't click on them, like on your phone. Yeah, that's his handle @RealCMJ. Shotgun taxidermy. Hey, Michael, I was on this channel last night, and I didn't get a notification for Turner to go live. That he went live last night, and I'm kind of bummed out about it. I thought he took the night off. On your phone out in the shop. That's fair. If I can convince Turner to go to my community post and comment in there, tell people what he does. Hint, 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 hint. Maybe you can go to that post and click on his name and go to his channel. I put up that community post so that anybody can go there, post their channel, or make a comment, tell people what they do, get some kind of cross, views, I guess. I don't know. Coffee needs to do it too. Yeah, and I like that kind of like fellowship thing. Sharing each other's channels around, and I like it. There's a lot of great craftsmen out here that do different things. Like Coffee does the jig, the lure painting, and makes pickles apparently. Yeah, scroll to your screen, pickle. Turner, he does jigs. Janelle does art, like paintings, which are super fucking relaxing. I gotta be honest. Michael does he does really cool like AI designs. Grass just goes into everyone's channel and annoys them. That's what Grass does. He's our resident, I shouldn't say annoys. He's our resident troll, but not a troll. I shouldn't say annoys. That was the wrong phrasing. Sorry. Resident comedian. There we go. Who is the Turner trolling? I don't know. It's gotta be one of the guys from Turner's chat. Has to be. I just don't know who. Because Justin's live, so it's not him. Cheery gadfly. I don't know who it is. Or it's Turner on an old account. He's got like 2 phones going. Yeah, I mean, it could even be Turner. It could be his old channel. Like, that looks like an old picture. But, I mean, you can take a picture from anything. They almost put him in the closet. He was in here earlier, too. I was like, that's a weird Turner. Is that you, Turner? Really? It's got to be Turner's other account. How many accounts Turner has? Never mind, he has 2. At least. Old ass picture of Turner, right? Oh, keep the name saved. All right, that makes sense. Hey, we got 49 votes on this. All right, I'm going to end this poll. And there's the results of that. Excuse me. Something take a strange turner. I'm going to move these pieces of black walnut before I drop one on the floor, blow a chunk out of it, and get really sad. It was the first year you and Mary were together, and then you got fat? Oh, was that when you changed your main channel name from Turner Fishing to CMJ? Fluffy. I mean, I feel like you're already married. Somebody has to know how to cook. Why not indulge? Like, you're already married. Sub to Crappy Man. Awesome, Richard. Awesome. He goes live every night. Except for Thursdays. He's taking a break on Thursdays. You'll get there, Turner. You'll get there. Well, unless he gets caught up in a TV show again, And he doesn't come on until I text him, like, bruh, the fuck? Did you have cook-offs, Grass? I can cook. I can't. I have a hard time. I shouldn't say I can't, because I can, but I have a hard time baking. Baking screws me all up. But cooking on the grill, on the griddle, on the stovetop, whatever, I can cook. On the smoker, I can cook up some stuff. Baking though, that's where I get messed up. Unless like desserts mess me up. Like I can bake, like dinner and stuff, and that'd be fine. But desserts, I get all kinds of goofy. My cookies will get hard, or they won't be done enough. My brownies will be too done. And a tablespoon of salt instead of a teaspoon. I've discovered my first flaw on this koozie, and I'm unhappy about it. The stitching started to pull out on the bottom. Now, to be fair, I'm sitting here playing with it, so. But the stitching started to pull out, and if I pull on it, it undoes. And there's this one random string up here. I'm not happy about that. I need to find something to burn it with. All right. All right, fixed it. I burned the end off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at these now, because if this is going to be a common theme, I'm going to have to change suppliers of my koozies. Okay, so it looks like the bottom stitches, and we're going to look at this side. The bottom stitch is where they started, right? And then they did this like whole bunch of stitches a little bit up from that. And that, the bottom portion is what pulls out. Because this other side did it too. Or it's just, from the machine, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on it, because if this is going to be a pattern, I'm going to change suppliers. I don't want people having my name on something that's not high quality. But to be fair, I am sitting here playing with it the entire time, so. And I just went and looked at the other ones that I have on my fridge here. Those ones there. And they are, they're not meticulous enough. Them damn kids, there's no work ethic anymore. I don't understand. When I was a kid, them Chinese kids, they would work. But it looks like the like, I don't know, where they go back and forth a bunch of times. Like on this side, it's just up from the end. So that would be where it would stop. And this side, it's right where it stopped. So. Oh, what did I do tonight? I did a whole lot of gabbing and this. One single pass on the black walnut. Not just one. I did all 12 of them, but that was what we did. We ran out of time. We couldn't get the other side done. And, but that'll be tomorrow. We'll get it set up for the. Before we do that, we may run the top edge. I'm gonna see. Let's look and see right now if that's the same on the cherry. It's actually really good. Ugh. It's not terrible. Oop. It's not terrible. I'm trying to squeeze it in here and not hit the camera. And get it to focus. So what we'll do is tomorrow we'll do a pass across the top of each one of these. To match this. We will not do the bottom. Because we got to cut them to length. So we'll do a pass across the top of each of these tomorrow. That'll match in with this, the top rail. And then we'll set up to do the other side, the shallow side, on top and side. And then we may do the maple too across the top. At $1 and called them. They're already like $10 a piece. They're ridiculously expensive. I mean, so they're $5 to ship one or $5 to ship three. All right. After that, it starts to go up a little bit. And each one of them cost me $5 to have made. So that's I don't charge extra for my stuff. It's just this is how much I paid. This is shipping. It's off. Right. But not on stuff that's branded. I won't overcharge somebody on stuff that's branded. But I have so many of them. So many. Maybe I'll just start. I don't know. I'll think of something. If these ones, because the ones I'm using are the misprint ones. So if I don't like how these hold up, like the black one that I've been using for the longest time is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I used it so much that because I play with the top here, I got it all like frayed. I had to burn it. Like this one's kind of all frayed because I play with it. Like the bottom is fine, but I play with the top of it, get it all crazy. So that's probably something that wouldn't matter to anybody else. Like, most people probably aren't standing here playing with it all the time. Yeah, giggity. Mail you a box and stitch them for me, mail them back. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I mean that could be too. I'll get an add-on bit for me to play with, since I keep fiddling. There's absolutely no way that I could word that was not going to draw Grass's attention. Combo fiddle toy and koozie will make $1 million, right? Sorry, I kind of zoned out there for a second. All right. The stim tool. It was too giggity. Fidget koozie. I'll put one of those. You got to work it in so we can still have the magnet, right? Because important part of this koozie. And we have to put in like a one of those spinner things. Put one of those on the bottom of it or something. Because they don't sit very well. As the can empties out, this like maybe it's because I push them down too far. I don't know. Mine kind of like fall over. But the magnets are an integral part of the koozie. You can buy a normal koozie anywhere. Like at crappymanjigs.com. But I've got the magnetic ones. Super fancy ones. The Fajuzzi. Oh, even I think that one sounds dirty. The Fajuzzi. Grass is over here having a stroke. Oh, you did a little trademark symbol. Oh, nice. Get a hip replacement. You'll never need to leave home without it, right? Hanging out with you guys is a lot of fun. What can I say? Wait till you're on Shark Tank. Nah, there's not enough profit for Shark Tank. They need to be able to take something that you make for 30 cents and sell it for $40. Mrs. T, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Have a good night. I ain't going to bed early tonight. I'm done today. I like it. I didn't say you need a Fajuzzi. Well, if I get canceled, it'll be for this. Oh, this sounds so dirty. I mean, I'm here for it, but sounds so dirty. I can't quite place why it sounds dirty, but my brain immediately went to, something's off here. Does it need a good Fajuzzi? You're hurting? Oh, tonight was your last dental thing, right? So hopefully that dirty-minded old man. I mean, fair. To be fair, I've had a dirty mind since I was a child, though, okay? So I like to think that I was born this way. Also, I like to think that I was born with a hole in my lip. It broke your jaw. What the hell? Our filters are just broken. Like on purpose, or? Or is that just what it feels like? Lord. Still. Huh. Maybe if a juicy would take your mind off that. It might. It might. Oh. Oh, I've heard about that stuff. Or like the root will grow around the jaw. Giga Chad chin. I've heard about that. That's oof. Sorry, Mrs. T. Huh. But that was your last visit then, right? You're done now? Yes, awesome. Awesome. Now you can properly heal and get back to your old happy self. Pissed a little when you read that. Y'all turned Alan into a chihuahua. Scared, happy, doesn't matter. It's gonna be a little. Oh man, hey, hanging out with you guys at night is a good time. I enjoy it. On the bright side, not the incontinent chihuahua. Your ex sucks. On the bright side, I've had that 5 gallon bucket of diesel fuel there, red diesel, um, for like 3 weeks now. I think. Maybe 2. And it's only gone down that far. They're throwing hands. I imagine they drugged her up a little bit so she didn't know. You know what I need to do? I need to get a metronome and see if I can time it to the tick of that injector pump thing. Just a random thought there, because I kind of want to do that. I'm running out of time for it though, because I'm not gonna have that thing running when it's hot in here. Oh, I really do want to work on this some more, but I don't want to upset my neighbors, so We'll just leave everything set the way it is and come back to it tomorrow. Counter tick, tick, tick. Head beats. Like, that's a pretty quick tick. He just had a squirrel moment. Yeah. My dad struck the main city and his brakes are scrubbing. Oh, good lord. I mean, that's true. It's really quiet in here when I don't have the heater on. Like, really quiet. So I'll usually play music or something. Now in the summer, I'll put an AC in the window there, so at least till I get the I'm really thinking that I want to get the hell is it? A little box you put on the wall. Ductless, a mini split. Are you talking about when I muted it when I was doing the planing? Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to get a mini split that does heat and AC or just one that does AC. Because I'm gonna have natural gas out here, so I'll have a heater running, but the AC will be super convenient. Nice, Turner. Nice, Turner. All right, well, I'm sorry, Grass. I thought that people didn't like when I was making a bunch of noise. The planer, to be fair, is crazy loud. So if somebody's like scrolling along and they got headphones in and they just come across my stream, they blow them ears right out of their head. What's up, Queen? Yeah, same, Janelle. My house is nice and cool. And I'm thinking that for the shop, I'm gonna have to have some sort of climate control in here because as this becomes more of a professional establishment, 24/7 climate control is going to become a bigger and bigger issue because wood moves with humidity, lack of humidity. Excuse me. If I build something here and it's very humid, and then I ship it to, I don't know, someone who lives in Texas, what was that guy, Richard? And I ship it to Richard and it's extremely dry, then all sorts of things can happen to that. It can crack, it can warp. And vice versa. If I build something here and it's extremely dry and not humid, and then I ship it to Turner and he's in the middle of a humid streak, then the same thing can happen. So Wayne, wow. Right, Janelle, that seems to be the general consensus from that poll we did the other day. So I was more concerned with, I didn't want to chase people away who, they too damn much. Down to 17% humidity in the summer. That's actually probably not far away from me. You're ignoring Wayne for the moment. Wayne, so, Janelle, to be fair, the BBC is a jig that Crappy Man made. It's big black crappy jig. I don't know how it got that name, but we're all a bunch of trolls. And apparently, that's how that happened. Mark P named it. You're ignoring him until he washes his hands. It's Cleveland, 351 Cleveland. He used one day on one of his videos, and then immediately went home and bought everyone that Turner had available on his website. BWC. Was it Mark? That explains a lot. That explains a lot. BBC 2.0. There has got to be a handful of people that scroll through here and go, the fuck? I know. I had to get a closer look at that emoji there, Janelle. Temperature must have dropped a little bit. The ticking kicked up. Big black spinnerbait. Just can't bring yourself to buy a BBC. It would be even better if it came across your bank statement as BBC purchase. That way, if your wife's seen it, she could be like, so maybe we need to talk. Bringing the Fajuzzi. BBC set. I feel like there needs to be a BB set. Well, a B C set, I guess. Assorted weights. You just had to tell her what both BBCs were? Oh, good lord. She was so innocent. She was so innocent. Way to go, Grass. You ruined her. Ruined her mind. I'm just going to blame Grass because his name is up there. Thanks for the clarification, I think. I like it. Oh, man. Janelle, I haven't gotten my fix on, other than watching... That's not fair. Wayne did it. Wife is far from innocent? I mean... I don't know. She seems pretty innocent from here. Mark may be lurking. He might. to go see MJ Jigs. He never go back. Yeah, there's no way he would ignore all that. He definitely would have posted. 100%. Unless he's like, his hands are busy somehow that I really don't want to think about. But maybe he was working on a tractor or something. He got it greased up and he's like, no, I must type. I don't know what Mark does, but I just... I think he was in here in the beginning of the live. He usually pops in. Says throws up a little support. Creased up BBC. Oh, good Lord. As Harry went fishing, they're just biting too good. I mean, to be fair, the streams usually aren't this hilarious. So. Could be Pebbles later tonight. All right. Well, if it's not too terribly late, I'll pop in. Otherwise, I go back and watch them. When I like your videos when I'm having a hard time going to sleep. I know it might sound bad, but your videos help turn my brain off so I can go to sleep. Not that you're boring or anything, just the coloring. Getting that fish sent on the BBC. Oh, wow. Right? I agree, Grass. I agree. Look, just realized there's a bunch of sawdust up here on top of my door. Look at it. Hey, that's fine. Need to rig a rock tumbler? Nice. Yeah, I rather enjoy your videos. I like them better when I can participate in the videos, but there's like a whole country between the two of us, so the time difference can't always stay up. Although once in a while I get lucky and I wake up and there's Janelle still alive. I think every time I've woken up and Janelle was live, I pop in, I say something, she goes, well, since you're here, we might as well do one more. All right, have a good night, Alan. I'll be hopping off here shortly. I still got to eat dinner and take a shower. So I'll probably be calling it here in about 7 minutes-ish. That'll put me at 10 o'clock, which is... a pound of Afghanistan jade. That'll be really cool to see. I hope you get a rock tumbler rigged up. It's a joy of a little square of paper, right? I need to do some beard maintenance here soon. Goodness. I'm getting all kinds of crazy. Heard about him in Afghanistan. Oh, you brought him back. He's no longer tired. He said, hang on a second. What, that'll put you to sleep? Still need dinner too? Your cat Thumper is currently anchoring you down. That's right, Harbor Freight does have a rock tumbler. Have a good night, Alan. We'll see you tomorrow, probably. Either here or on Turner's, or both. That's right, Harbor Freight does have a rock tumbler. So I've got, you know how, like, when you pick up rocks, you know, if you're walking a stream bed or, you know, maybe a beach or something, you'll see, like, a rock looks really cool. And, you know, I'll pick it up, I'll put it in my pocket. And then it dries out and it's no longer cool looking. I've got a whole bunch of those. And I've been wanting to get a rock tumbler. I can't stand jade, sounds smokable. Man. I've heard about some of those things people brought back from Afghanistan. It might be. Or was that Vietnam? Or both. Would have had some of that back in '79. Those are the prime years, huh? Must have been very memorable if you know the year. It's like cracking a bottle of wine. It's a beautiful '79 Chartel. Did you have some of the '79 and '84, or was it the year '84? What, $50 for the rock tumbler? It's pretty steep to make some pebbles. Plus, I would forget it. I'd put it in the basement. So here's how the rock tumbler for me would work. I'd get it. I'd put the grit in it. Put the rocks in it, put it in the basement so I don't have to hear it rolling around. I'd turn it on and forget it even existed. And then I'd come back in, I don't know, 6 months and be like, fuck is that noise? And I'd go and dump out a jar of sand. That's what I would do. The trip was so dramatic it burned into the brain. That's possible too, Grass. The grit's what's expensive. There's a lady that I follow on my other channel. She does rock tumbling. Well, she does just tumbling in general. She's got, like, in her garage, they have, like, you know, those, like, plastic shelving or metal shelvings, right? She's just got a ton of tumblers all over, and some of them have, like, one jar. Some of them have 3 or 4, and rock tumbler bolts on the truck rim. Hey, Country, how you doing, bud? You watch her too? Awesome. She'll do, like, oh, I forgot about this glass. It's been a while. It, like, opens it up and it's all clumpy and weird. She's like, oh, look at that. It actually looks good. Look, I made sand. Yeah, she'll, like, tumble whatever the chat or comments or whatever tell her to. Like, she did glass one time and she said she had forgotten about it. Or it had been in that grit for far too long and she wasn't sure what was going to happen. and it came out looking like beach glass. It was perfect. It looked like you picked it up just off the beach. It was mint. She didn't like. That would have been perfect. I don't know if she put it into like a finer grit and kept going to polish it or not, but she that would have been the perfect beach glass, like for jewelry or whatever. I don't know. Once in a while, I'll collect beach glass out at the lake. My favorites to collect are reds, purples, and blues. Because the clears are kind of everywhere. And the browns. And the greens. You know, one chunk I would make nice earrings and a pendant. See, I don't live near the coast. I can't do the glass. I can buy them. I can buy them from people. We do have this guy in New York. I think it's New York. I might be wrong. He might be somewhere else entirely. He might be out west. He does. He blows glass. He blows they look like the floats. Some are big, some are small. And he'll just take some and hide them around. I think he's in New York. Nuts. I can't remember if he's New York or West Coast. He might not even be in New York. He might be in like Chicago or something for all I know. But he's got a glass blowing company. Well, I don't know if it's a company. That's what his I think I see him on Instagram more than YouTube. But he'll just go out into the world and hide these little glass balls or floats or whatever you want to call them. One guy found a film canister full of rubies. Nice. That's a hell of a find. Did you get to take it home, or do you have to smuggle it in the old prison wallet? You out there in Newport, Oregon? That might be where that guy is. I can't remember. I haven't seen him in such a long time. Smuggled. We can leave it there. We can leave it at the smuggled. We all know how it was smuggled. Yeah, Janelle, I mean, I don't know if you'd want to do tumbling for your channel or whatever, but it could be a cool little addition. Like, here's this is what we tumble, I don't know, this month or however long it takes. I don't know how long it takes. But, you did say that you used to, at least, go on a lot of walks. But, I don't remember if that's something you still do. I remember you talking about finding the painted rocks. I remember you showing us some of your painted rocks one time. Those are really cool. Local glass blowers make floats. I'd really like to find some of the old. They were the Japanese ones, weren't they? And I'd imagine you really only get them on the West Coast. His wife would send him on log. He would send. Good Lord. Well, they were living great for a little bit, I guess. Until they got busted. Way to ruin their fun, Michael. Ooh. Kick that. Cool. I mean, Good on you for catching them, but or whoever catching them. Pebbles, sometimes including actual rocks, right? I'm really curious. So, like those rocks that I was talking about, where they look really cool when they're wet, and then they dry out and they just kind of lose all that color. I'm wondering if the tumbler would polish them and keep that kind of wet look, so you have all that color. I don't know. I don't know much about rocks. I just go, oh, that's pretty, and then I pick it up and put it in my pocket, and then I go, well, that's kind of nasty looking now. That's how they busted me, sent him back the logs he just got. Of course he was. Stupid. If you're gonna be a smuggler, you got to do it smarter. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I imagine you'd have to be a little smarter. Maybe I'll have to get a rock tumbler, because I've got a ton of rocks. I got them in it's like a plastic burlap sack. I just throw all my rocks in there. Because you'll find some really cool ones out on the beach and in different streams and stuff. Usually when I'm fishing, I'd be like, or kayaking. If I'm kayaking, be like, oh, that's a pretty rock, and I'll reach down and grab it, fall out of the kayak, be annoyed, pick up all my stuff, get back in the kayak, keep my rock. Oh, I didn't even think about that, you know. I did think about putting them in like a tray with water, or like a fish tank. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to keep adding water or it'll get gross. $500,000 in raw diamonds? Goodness. Well, it's like a burlap sack, or like those plastic weave bags are really heavy. Tumbling rocks to the song I Tumble for You. That sounds like a live stream. Just loop the song and the tumbler just for a month straight, or however long it takes. Also, hi Nicole. How you doing? Of course you were. Of course you were. Actually, I think I have one out here somewhere. It's got quartz in it from when I was in Arkansas. There was a quartz mine, and they only went for the really big stuff. So everything they dug up, that wasn't like what they wanted. They would haul off to like a field, right? A spoil pile, and then people would pay to go dig through that all day. And here's one of the bags. There's nothing in this one. But so they give you this giant bag, right? Huge bag. Flippin' huge. Okay? Thinking like, this is a big ass bag. And I don't remember what it was. Probably something like $20. And you go out there, you can spend all day out there. Right? You could leave, come back, they stamp your hand, right? And they give you this bag. And this makes you think you're going to go out there and you're going to fill this bag up with quartz rocks, right? No, you're fucking not. You are going to spend your entire day in the blazing sun digging through red dirt and go, hey, I found one. It says big. Wait, put it in my bag. so annoyed. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There were some people, like, they found, like, I don't know what you call it, like dirty quartz. There wasn't like the big clear things. It was like chunks of like a one that's like kind of white, or has white in it. And it'd just be like a chunk of a bigger piece. Yes, I remember, like, so they'd go out there. They said they went out every day, every morning, and they would take the the dozer to the top of the pile, right, and mix it all up so that new stuff was up. And so I went, all right, well, logically, because they said like this area is new stuff, and then as you went further back, it was older stuff. So I was like, all right, well, if everything's already dug up, everybody's like congregating around the middle of this massive pile. Like, I'm just gonna go over here to the edge, and then I don't have to dig. I got this like 80-foot wall of dirt that I can just kind of poke around in. And I got like a handful of quartz, like little pieces. I mean, some of them are really cool looking, like actual like the crystal with the point on it just broken off from something. If I find the other bag, because it's another bag like this that's got a handful of quartz in it, spent half the day there. I got next to nothing out of it. But I don't know where the other bag is. It's probably out here somewhere. If that bag is out here, the other one must be out here somewhere. But man, spent half the day out there. Got like a handful of tiny little quartz pieces. But it was a lot of fun. Covered in red shit. Stained my clothes. Like I guess at Arkansas, what is that? Red clay? Whatever. Stained my clothes. My hands were red for like 3 days. Had red shit on my face. Like, yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It is a little past my end time. So, guys, I'm going to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. As always, we'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to do some more of the black walnut stuff. And then Saturday, we'll do most of the day stream. And hopefully get dry fitment started. So, have a great night, everyone. And I'll talk to you all later.